All right, good morning, traders. Today's August 13th, 2025. My name is John Carignan. I am the lead instructor here at the BYOB Trading Room. This is the day trading service for the hit and run candlesticks family. All right, so today's how I plan to trade SPY today. We'll look at how I traded SPY yesterday, and let's take a look at the market, what happened yesterday, and see what we got planned for today. All right, so let's go ahead and drill down. All right, so today's August 13th, 2025. Again, thank you everybody out there. Hey, thank you out there in podcast land, digital land, cyberland. I want a special shout out to Bob Jordan, John Jordan, Kathy, Sarah, Roasted. Thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing my content, leaving kind comments. I love that. Thank you for accompanying me on my trading journey. Hey, good morning, Sharon. All right, so that's thank you out there in podcast land. All right, thank you for the thumbs up, the likes, the hearts, all of it. I love it all. Okay, so my SPY pivot this morning, 639.45. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. Big time news yesterday. All right, QQQ, SPY, SMH, and XLK, all right, all made new all-time highs. IWM made a new rally high. Okay, that's from the April low. All right, new rally high for IWM. Not a new all-time high, but slowly getting there. Okay, SPY closed with a 2-hour uptrend and a 10-minute uptrend. We're going to look for a continuation of that 10-minute uptrend. FNGU and Diamond Dow, DIA, made higher lows and higher highs, closing over bullish traps over their 17s. SLV, that'd be silver, still in an uptrend, made an outside day that's a higher high and a lower low, closing inside a bullish trap over the 17. Gold in a daily downtrend, but not really moving down, actually just moving over to the right, still hovering over that 300 mark. Okay, so gold made a lower low, lower high, closing under a bullish trap under the 17. USO in a daily downtrend made a lower low and a lower high, closing under a bearish trap under the 17. UNG, all right, in that bearish head and shoulders pattern. Good morning, Robert. Good morning, Alexandria. Has made a new all-time low, all right? Natural gas hits a new all-time low. Energy really taking it on the chin, getting spanked here this year. I've never seen energy so down in the dumps. Maybe there's a big rally coming for it. I don't know. All right, maybe we can get the economy going and get some demand going. I don't know. Is there just too much supply? I don't know. Just strange. We've got the energy just really getting walloped. All right, so dollar index still in an uptrend. We like it when it's in a downtrend. Closed near the 98.07 area. SPY max pain for today, 640, with a put to call ratio of about 1.2 puts to each call. That expires today at 4:15. Remember those those index options expire at 4:15. Security options expire at 4. Okay, so get your last trades in before 4 on the securities, and index options expire at 4:15. All right, we got some new ones here that got starred. We'll take a look at them. Some of them are on their way, already started to break out, and we'll take a peek at those three. And before we drill down into those three, I want to grab one more. All right, I want to look at CLS. Remember, CLS was starred yesterday, so let's go take a look at CLS. All right, so pull up CLS, see what happened yesterday. Now, I put a box and a star on CLS because it was in the Launchpad grinder box, poised for a breakout. And this is what I like to see. See the low? Got a little higher low right here. Higher low, higher low, higher low. Our low, boom, breakout. Okay, right there. Okay, CLS got starred yesterday. Okay, so you had well aware of it. It's probably been on the list a couple days. All right, but here it is breaking out yesterday. Okay, see that closing up over that wick, over this candle, 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 and about to break through. Look for it to test the top of that wick up there sometime today. Maybe even continue on higher. Okay, so that is the up, build out the launch pad or the grinder box. Call it a grinder box because they're grinding away at the overhead supply. Call it a launch pad because usually you get a launch where price of launch is higher. Okay, so there's CLS. All right, nice little launch yesterday. If you're paying attention, you saw that star. Try to do that every day, is to star something. So let's go ahead and look at what else we got starred for today. Okay, we'll look at TL, TEL. We'll look at teed up, TER, and fat. All right, so tell, teed up, tear, and fat. All right, let's see if I can remember them all. Okay, teed up. All right, here's teed up. Notice teed up, closing higher than this red candle here, closing over that candle there, closing, see it, closing over the body of these two candles there. All right, teed up, looking good to go up here and visit probably the top of this body up there. Okay, so teed up, ready for breakout. That got starred. TER. TER, see TER? I took it off the list because they had this red candle, and look what they did yesterday. Nice rip up over this body, this body, this body. Well, actually, this candle, this candle, this candle, this candle, this candle, this candle, this body, and this candle right there. So TER having a nice breakout right there today. Okay, fat, PHAT. Fat. Oh, here we are. Got to back out. Big launch pad. Big launch pad. Okay, so you can see there's the price action, and fat is breaking out right there. See that? Nice little breakout. Got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candle move right there. Look for that to come up there and challenge these highs. All right, look for them to challenge maybe the top of that wick. We'll see. Keep in mind there were sellers up here. All right, about 2 months ago. Sellers there. See the reversal? See the green candle only to be bearish engulfed by a red candle. So obvious, you compress those two candles together, you get a wick. So again, sellers up here before, okay? So we'll see how far they get. There's fat breaking out over the base right now. All right, we had one other one. Where was it? Let me think if I can find it. On the 13th, we did fat, tear, teed up, tell. Let's go look at tell, and then we'll drill down. Take a look at what happened yesterday. Here's tell, nice candle here. All right, rising up over this candle, this candle, this candle, and this candle. Look at the close, coming all the way up to the top there, looking poised for a nice breakout on TEL to the upside. So that's in the grinder box launch pad, looking ready to launch pretty soon here, coming back up to test the high side of the launch pad. So there's 4 of them right there. If you don't like trading index options, you can trade just regular securities. Again, on each of those, I would look for the 5-minute, the 10-minute uptrend. Hopefully you find a green erases red opportunity within those 5-minute or 10-minute uptrends, and then I would just trade that. That's what I would trade on the smaller time frame, looking for that breakout to the upside. Tell nice bump in the pre-market. Thanks, Chip. Hey, good morning, KJ. All right, so let's. So there you got. There's some security. So in case you want to trade something other than SPY, I got you covered, right? Okay, we had some ENTG and LKQ were building out platforms to move down. They both put in green candles yesterday, all right, which kind of like negates the position that they were in. And we may get some red candles that wipe out the green candles today. We'll see. But yesterday was really bullish. So LKQ kind of lost its momentum. Same with ENTG. So I took the stars off of those, right? While these gained stars because their momentum went higher. Again, trade with the market and you see what you get. You get those breakouts. All right, let's take a look. What do I want to look at? Let's look at SPY. All right, SPY. Okay, so new all-time high. See, here's the previous all-time high back here. Okay, previous all-time high. Well, actually, this one was a new all-time high for SPY. Okay, it just doesn't get any better than that. Okay, QQQ. Again, new all-time high. Okay, it doesn't get any better than that. Look at that. And closing at the high of the day at the end of the day. Beautiful charts there. Okay, let's take a look at IWM. All right, IWM, not a new all-time high, but here's your April low. That is a new rally high made yesterday with a nice, strong green candle there. Look at that, wiping out or jumping through all of this consolidation right through there, all the way up to the top. IWM, new rally high. Diamond Dow, not a new rally high or a new all-time high, but putting in a strong candle. Higher low, higher high, closing over the trap over the 17. Again, that's bullish up there. They're in a downtrend. All right. Yeah, they're still in a downtrend. If they take out the top of that candle up there, maybe they did. High 445.01, high 445.15. All right, so they did. So new higher high. So there we got Diamond Dow regains its uptrends. Kind of a flaky candle. Like to see it take out this up here, but uptrend quadrant 4. That's bullish. And in a questionable uptrend right there, all right? They got themselves in a downtrend by taking out that low. They took out this high, so uptrend right there. Okay, so there's Diamond Dow. Let's take a look at FNGU. We already looked at IWM. FNGU, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap over the 17. Again, on FNGU, got a low here, see below the 17, made a lower low, so they're in a downtrend that is not working. All right, so take out the high up here. It will negate the downtrend status and convert it to an uptrend. Basically, we got a downtrend that's not working. Again, up at the top of quadrant 4, consolidating with a launch pad. Here's a failed launch. And we're coming back to try it again. All right, so this is the second time around. Okay, coming back up there. So FNGU on the daily chart, bullish. All right, up here in quadrant 4. Okay, and in a downtrend that's not working. Okay, let's take a look at some technicals. T2122. All right, here we go. All right, we go airborne. All right, from previous day. All the way landing in the buy zone, so the bulls just hooked us, okay, and flipped us like a rodeo clown all the way into the buy zone, made a higher low right there, and from there little micro higher lows and higher highs, making an attack on the overbought zone up here, okay. So really nice job on T2122. We were in this downtrend. It did not look good. I kind of thought we'd head into the sell zone, maybe even visit the oversold zone, but the bulls came in and rescued the T2122, giving them the horns, all right, putting up rodeo clown high up in the air, airborne all the way into the buy zone. Let's take a look at T2123. Okay, was in a 15, this is the 15-minute chart, was in a downtrend. Okay, because it was making, see the lows below the 17, the green dots there. So it kept making lower lows, all right? And here we come in, and there's a high. We made higher highs, so we made a higher high there. So left off at the end of the day, at the high of the day. Beautiful chart on T2123, climbing, made some higher highs, so they're in a 15-minute uptrend, and they climbed on top of the 200 SMA. So nice work there on T2123. Here come the bulls, and they rescued the price action yesterday. You can obviously see it. T2122, huge rescue with the horns. All right, T2123, another nice rescue with the horns. All right, and T2123 3 bar. Okay, price action. Okay, let's look at this all the way up here. Quadrant 4, that's bullish. Still showing that bearish head and shoulders pattern. This being the head, this bump up top here. This being the left shoulder, this wing over here to the left, and the wing to the right be the right shoulder right there. Still holding the higher ground up there over the 200 SMA. So this is bullish, all right? And they're still in an uptrend on the bigger time frame. They have not made a lower low. Here's a low, okay, and they did not make a lower low. Almost looked like they were going to make a lower low right here, okay, but they didn't. The bulls came in and rescued it. So there's T2123 on the 3 bar chart, still bullish. Yeah, there's that rodeo club. There you go. There you go. See that? The guy's got a GIF up there in the room of the rodeo clown getting hooked up over the arena. All right, so thanks, Jim. That's a good laugh. All right, I'll share that with everybody in a little bit here, so you'll see it on the bigger screen. Okay, FNGU on the 15-minute. Okay, look, we've got some lows, some highs. Well, we got some lows. We got a higher low and a higher low and a higher low, and then we got some highs. We got some highs here, and a higher high, and a higher high, and a higher high. So we got ourselves nice little 15-minute uptrend, climbing back on top of the 200 SMA. Again, failed breakout the first time. Can they do it the second time? Interesting. Let's watch, wait, and see. Okay, so there's FNGU. Hey, that's bullish up there. Nice consolidation. Where's the drawing tools? Where are those? Gotta have my drawing tools. Okay, so price action. Okay, we got nice consolidation all through here over prior consolidation. See that? See how this box is on top of this box? Okay, that's a bullish. Anytime you get consolidation over prior consolidation, that is a bullish behavior. That is a bullish environment. As opposed to seeing price, okay, move up and then give it up. Notice instead of moving up and giving it up, look at what they did. Okay, they did a move up and they held the higher ground. Okay, that's like planking for a whole month. Okay, or planking all day long. Okay, for those of you that exercise and get your steps in, okay, you know how hard it is to plank. That takes an incredible amount of energy and strength. Okay, so that's FNGU showing you the muscular development there for that. Okay, just holding that higher ground on FNGU and getting ready to launch again. All right, so there's a high right there, coming back up there to attack that high. I'm not sure if that's the all-time high. I think that is. So FNGU looking good to attack the all-time high, if that's the all-time high today. So nice work on FNGU. All right, let's take this back, move this down, and oh yeah, you want to see the rodeo clown? Jim shared with us. Let's get this. See there he goes. Okay, see the rodeo clown down there. Okay, there you go. Nice, Jim. All right, so let's go take a look at. What do we want to look at? We did the technicals. Let's take a look at the economics. All right, and see what we can dig out here. You know what? I had to restart my computer, and I lost everything. So let's just do it here with you. Okay, so. All right, we're going to get it. Bear with me. Going to get it. Okay, so here's the dollar. All right, and let me take the volume off. Okay. Dollar in an uptrend, okay, because we made a higher low, see, a couple weeks ago, and a higher high about a couple weeks ago. Okay, so we're in an uptrend. Right now, if price takes out that low, all right, and it looks like they might, all right, because they're in this bear flag that we're in right now. Okay, so you can see the move down and then over to the right. So we're in a bear flag right now. Okay, we got a bear flag with a bullish uptrend right now. All right, so if they take out this low, right down here, okay, I'll circle it right there. If they take that low out, they will negate the uptrend and convert the downtrend. All right, we'll see what happens. Okay, recently they made a higher low and a higher high, so that placed them in an uptrend. Okay, so now they're still in an uptrend. They're just not moving up. All right, so we'll call it a failed uptrend, and they might set a higher low here and come back up and revisit it. Anyways, there's the dollar on the daily chart, still in a big bear flag. All right, but a daily uptrend inside that bear flag. And price action yesterday closed around 98.07. You can see that red candle there wiping out the green one right there, 98.07. So in a daily uptrend, but not really, still in this bear flag from the bigger picture. All right, so there's the dollars. Take a look at Max Payne, 640 for the SPY options today. Those are the options that expired tonight at 4:15. Got a put to call ratio of about 1.18, so that's like 1.2 puts for each call that expires today. Earnings calendar kind of light. Cisco's going to report tonight, 279 billion. They report after the close. KR Financial, again, the rest of these nothing but familiar names, but nothing that's really going to move the markets. On Thursday, what do we got on deck? Applied Materials, 151 billion. They're going to report after the close. John Deere, 136 billion. They're going to report in the morning tomorrow. Again, none of these are going to move the markets, but they might help out their sectors. On Friday, nothing but familiar names and nothing that's going to move the markets there. We're waiting for those NVIDIAs, the Broadcom, and a couple of the other big tech stocks, okay? Those are going to be the market movers, all right? So we'll keep an eye open for those. I don't know when they report, maybe soon. We'll see, okay? Economic calendar. Today, this morning, we got, hey, Alan, I'm going to thank you now for sharing, because Alan always gets me the economic data. Thank you so much, Alan, for providing it in the days in the past. Jobless claims comes in at 8:30 today. PPI final demand, 8:30. Natural gas, 10:30. And then that's it. All right. Tomorrow, we got retail sales. Today we have MBA mortgage applications. Sorry, wrong day. MBA mortgage applications today. And then a petroleum report, 10:30. So really light day. Nothing here that's going to disrupt the momentum of what we got going on. Again, Cisco reports after the close. Again, nothing to really disrupt the momentum of this move to the upside. So I would look for further advancement. Maybe not like $6 advancement, but I would look for a couple more dollars to the upside. And again, tomorrow, jobless claims and PPI final demand. On Friday, we got retail sales at 8:30. Empire State Manufacturing Index 8:30, import-export prices 8:30, industrial production 9:15, business inventories at 10, consumer sentiment at 10, and then a rig count at 1 o'clock. And that's it for this week. So really light week, all right? Nothing to hold us down, all right? I don't see the market falling apart, okay? Jobs still look good. Economy still looks good. Doesn't seem like there's enough demand on energy to get it going, but I don't know. All right, maybe we've got some alternative sources picking up the slack now, and maybe that does lessen the demand. I was wondering when all those EV cars were going to lessen the demand on petroleum oil products, and it looks like it's kind of happening in this decade. Ever since 2020, things have kind of haven't seen energy in a really robust uptrend in a long time, and maybe that will be the end of fossil fuels. I don't know. All right, and I think we're always going to need them, but just going to say energy's having a tough go of it right now. All right, that's it for me for today. All right, how I'm going to trade SPY this morning. Let's go see it. All right, let's drill down and pull up SPY, and let's get 10-minute chart, and we're going to get the pre-market. All right, so I'm going to do this. All right, I'm going to mark off the high. Okay, this is the pre-market high, and we don't open for an hour, so this may break out and go even higher before the market opens. But I'm going to mark off the pre-market high and and the post-market low. All right, whoever breaks out of that range, I'm going to trade that one to the upside or the downside, either one, whoever breaks out of the range. All right, I'm also going to mark off the first 15 minutes. So I'm going to box them off, the first 15 minutes, and whoever breaks out of that first 15-minute box, I will be highly interested in trading them. So if we do get a pullback, all right, and this winds up being the box right there, and we break out to the upside, okay, I will look to take profit right here at the top of this overnight range, because that will be a target, is the overnight range up there, okay? Now, if they get up on top and hold that higher ground up there, that would be a bullish move, holding that higher ground, and they need to hold it for either 6-10-minute candles or more. All right, usually after 6 candles they make a decision whether they're going to commit to it or they're going to roll over. Okay, so we'll know in about 6-10-minute candles if they're committed to the next move higher. All right, and I would probably believe that they are committed to the move higher. We'll see. I'm just guessing. I'm only saying committed because there's nothing in the way to stop them from moving higher. And I think if they got the opportunity, there's not going to be any earnings or any economic data that's going to disrupt that. I could see them easily moving higher. We'll see. All right. AVGO reports NVIDIA's on 8/27, so that's August 27th. Thank you, Jim, for providing that. And AVGO reports on September 4th. Thank you for that one as well. All right, so that's the plan. All right, trade the first 15 minutes and trade the opening range right up here. All right, a breakout of the top or breakout of the bottom. Again, first 15 minutes, break out of the top, break out of the bottom. If they break out of the bottom again, gap fill will probably be a bounce area. All right, look for them to bounce off gap fill and then back to the top of the 15-minute range and possibly to the overnight range, all right, or the pre-market range up there. Okay, so that's it. That's my plan. All right, same thing with QQQ. I will take the same strategy, mark off the top and the bottom, and trade the first 15 minutes. All right, so there we go. All right, I'll see you guys in about about 45 minutes, and we'll kick off the market. Thanks for hanging out with me today. All right, I think Rick's got an open house coming up soon. I don't know when. Pretty soon, we'll see. All right, so we'll see you guys in about 40 minutes. And everybody out there in podcast, Digital Land, look for my videos. I'm starting to record these morning trading sessions. All right, thank you. I'll see you all in about 45 minutes.